Welcome, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4, and we're playing as the Soviet Unions. Yes, we're playing. Oh, you think it's gross, Lum? Well, they are gross, of course, but hey, somebody's got to play the Soviets once in a while, don't they? Isn't that a law? Something I don't know. Okay, well. What we need to do here is figure out how not to lose too badly. Well, let's put these units into a military unit. Let's get a commander, this guy, and then let's draw a front line in this. Well, there we go. There we go, 5 divisions. We want to do more than that. Now we are going to spam out even more divisions. Let's start by deploying these ones that are mostly trained. There we go. And let's add a few more. Note my scientific method of determining how many divisions we should have. We should see about getting ready for the winter war here. Actually late for it, of course, but hey. We're going to have the winter war not at winter. Hello, Marcel. Very good having you here. You didn't pick one of the major nations. Oh, certainly. I have a nice series on trying to defend Poland. Did I do one for Czechoslovakia? I think I did one for Czechoslovakia once. Did a series, I don't know if you consider France a major or not, but French Follies, a nice series playing France. Oh yeah, no, I've certainly played non-majors. I haven't, played Nepal or Bhutan or anything like that, but yeah. Hey, Drunken Barbarian. Yeah, I can imagine you being busy in your line of work. I've definitely heard more sirens than normal in my area here in LA. Especially now there's a lot more traffic going on. More recently, but it was really slow and almost no traffic going on. But I would say at least double the siren count. Okay, these are gonna be the real sort of hitting power for the winter war. And yeah, I think breaking out from Leningrad sounds like a plan. Yeah, the German thing, and I'll be quite honest with you, and I know there'll be a bit more people watching this later on YouTube, because we've started the episode here. I've been sort of dithering and delaying starting the next Hearts of Iron 3 series. Partially just to get... I've been waiting for some effing feedback on how far any... Here it's like, hey, we want Third Reich events. We want Third Reich events. Please get Third Reich events. Third Reich events. And I go, yeah, okay. Then it take a while. I put it out there and I go, yeah, I'm putting it out here. But please, I need feedback on this. I'm just putting this down here at the end of the thread so that those who want to experiment and, play with it. And so I need feedback. Like, tell me, hey, I've made it to 1938. No crashes. Everything seems good. You don't have to tell me that there's a problem. You can tell me just how far you've made it into, the game, and you're playing with TRE. And if there's anything you see weird, you can tell me about it. But if you made it to 42 or 43, then I'm sort of kind of knowing that things are doing well. But it's just sort of the sort of silence that I'm getting now is a little frustrating, that I'm not getting, even, positive or negative feedback. That's all good. Okay, Francis Clear, also Poland, while it may not be a major, I would consider it pretty big thing. Czechoslovakia, well, you do fighting the Germans, or yeah, but with Poland, I was fighting both sides. Pretty damn sure. Yeah, the Soviets came in, and I was fighting the Germans. I had a nice sort of, I attempted to hold out as long as I could. This sort of central area was my defensive area. This river, these rivers, and just trying to hold out. But hello, Arno. So yeah, and now in Hearts of Iron 3, no, I don't think I've played a minor nation. No, well, you get to come up here with the rest of your mobile forces. Okay, you guys keeping this sort of Moscow reserve. I guess you guys can come to this river line, because it's sort of what we're looking at doing here. You can join up here with the other armored forces. Yeah. Are you a regular division or a... Yeah, regular division. We can come to Riga. Start on our interior line of holding. So there we go. Let's... Miners are more fun. Well, that is a possibility, but as they were just saying, as Marcel was saying, everybody wants to see me play Germany. I keep getting this, hey, you really should play this whatever nation. Like the Soviet Union. Views aren't very good. Very few people are, you guys are here and hanging out with me, and I really enjoy that. But that's as much about hanging out as it is about, I think, what game I'm playing. We hit by multiple locations. So, fun doesn't primarily enter into it. It's what the viewers want to see is what enters into it, really. That may sound sort of cheesy, but that's just sort of the way it is. Oh, where do we go here? Oh, okay. Let's move. You guys don't even know. you know, man, this division really sucks. I was hoping to use. Are all these cavalry divisions that bad? Yep. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we can do. If we're going to do anything with these units. Not that that's really enough, but it is something that's 50. We have the points to do the change. We'll get some more maybe coming up here. We have enough equipment. Okay, that's maybe almost okay of a unit. Not terribly great, but at least it's something now. No, you need to play more miners just for the fun of it for yourself and learning how to truly abuse the the bad AI is terrible. I already figured that one out. I'd like to see USA play in the Insights of American History. Yeah, and that's part of what I like to do for the series, of course, is to be able to talk about the nations I'm playing. And quite honestly, something like Romania, I can easily fill a few hours of talking about Romania over the time of the thing, but I don't know a whole lot about like Romania or whatever. Now the US, that could be interesting. That's definitely on the to-do list. Okay. Now we have some free military factories, or at least one here. We're going to increase the number of medium tanks. Now our construction units. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we want to call this the Stalin line or whatnot, but yeah, and there's like America late in the war. Well, I was playing actually some really good games of War Thunder. Man, I was really getting upset at my team. A couple of times. One time it just made me rage quit. But as playing tank destroyers. It's the desert map with the oil things in the middle of the hill and the oil things in the middle of the center of it. That one I forget. I ended up as number 2. We won. And there were only 2, there was at least 5 or 6 enemy players still at the end of the mission. But there was only 2 of us left on our team. And it was me at number 2, and then the number 1 guy who was up in the air at the end of that. And Sinai, yeah, that's it, Sinai. But it was each one starting with defending 1 point. So I just moved I found a really good Overwatch position in previously playing that. Moved into that position with my Yag Panther, and I just sat there. Our team did a glorious push forward in the good German style, and everyone died. Just about everyone died. Now, some of them got some kills, so there was some respawns. But I got 7 kills in my Yag Panther, plus 2 or 3 assists until someone came around behind. I saw him coming, and I knew he was coming, and I turned, and I couldn't get around in enough time, and he killed me. Then I respawned in my Ferdinand. He came and killed another guy in a Yag Panther in the spawn, but I killed him. He was right in the spawn. And unfortunately, I didn't pay attention to where that Yag Panther was looking. And it was over on the west side. You know, they'd come around. There were 2 of them. And so I was just blindly driving with my, and he'd also thrown some smoke. My Ferdinand on the side just got hit twice by these 2 guys there. So in respawning time, one of them was close enough. He came back actually behind the spawn, but out of the spawn zone. I respawned, killed, it was like a comet or something, killed him. This was with a Porsche Tiger, Tiger 2. Killed him, took out I think it was the barrel on, it was like a T-28. And then got back into my position, and there were at least 3 sort of near the other spawn, trying to get out and get to take the point. Our point was white; theirs was still red, and I killed 2 of them. The guy in the air kills the T-28, the one with the American one with the little sort of wings on it, the heavy, with the bomb. He lets me know of an anti-aircraft gun, and so I'm about ready to go over and kill it when the match ends, but adds a victory. So I got 13 kills in the one map. I can show you guys someday. Next time I play on it, I'm going to make a video. And so on how to win that. So hopefully having people playing on my team won't keep stupidly losing it. Okay, well, let's get to actually playing some of this game. So I do like hanging out with you guys. Okay, how are our deployments along the border? We don't want to completely just lose to the Finns. Yeah. Left over from the Spanish Civil War, we had a lot of pilots down there. I need more units. Oh, these are NKVD and just this unit. NKVD. Okay, let's pull a few off of the former Polish line here. Well, none of these. She already appear with. Okay, we'll get those up there before we start the war. Okay, improved computing machines, very nice. Well, we're in 1940, so we can improve the armored cars, but maybe we ought to start seeing about getting some more puppet fighters. Okay, yeah. armored cars would be good. Yugoslavia joins the Allies as Germany declares war on it. We're rehabilitating the military after our fun with purges. Okay, so we're going to have... We can anchor level 2 fortifications there. There's a 4 and a 4. Don't know why specifically there. Minsk, I get that it's a city. But I would see about defending more here. So we can do a little bit of forward defense there. Well, let's do a Moscow line as well. Okay, well, we're gonna obviously punch out with the armor here. And then try to hold out on this border. Can you also fortify the Crimea? Yeah, we have right here on the isthmus here. We've got one. We're building a second fort there. I think, well, we may do a, yeah, okay, we can throw in one there just in case it kind of come there. Yeah, that's what I'm looking to be a summer war up here. That seems like more fun than a winter war, actually. Just waiting for these units to get where they were going. Where, oh, here they are. Okay. Yeah, actually, that looks pretty good there. Let's move one up to here. You know, actually, let's move it to there. These mountains will be better to defend in, and I won't care about that province. Yeah, summer wars are for the weak. Winter wars for the strong. Now, okay, well, let's... Let's give you Cold Warfare Expert. And we're going to attach it to this force, can we? We'll come up there, I guess. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Are the submarines any useful in the Baltics? Are you going to take Finland, or are you going to? I'm just sort of planning on doing historical. Okay, we're getting a bunch of areas around here that are revolting. They're revolting. Okay, NKVD. Let's look at this. Yeah, just sort of a minimal. Let's train up some of those, add some units. There'll be something useful here. Uh-oh, people are going to claim you're hacking, or no, if we make too many long-range kills. Okay. Oh, well, let's see what we have here. This would be more useful. Well, put in the engineers. Yeah, I hear you on that, and it's not like a bad move, but what's the purpose of the unit? Do we really try to just make an NKVD unit that's actually a good combat unit, or do we just let them be crap and be internal security and not cost us much? I'm going to sort of go with keeping them just sort of junky units that are existing on the map, but that's about it. Okay, well, I do see a good idea of a fallback line here. And of course, well, let's do a German style defense on the forward side and a reserve there. Yeah, radar would down there be Yugoslavia has capitulated already. Wow. Oh, Hungary took it. Okay. Kingdom of Croatia has capitulated as well. Yeah, that's an idea. I'm just not so sure of it, though. Yeah, these don't have mine laying. Do any of these have? Mine laying? Some of these do. Okay. Okay, let's come over to here. These are the mine laying ones, I think. Right. Are they? 36. Marine hull these. No. Okay, series. Nets. Okay, it's this one. Yes, mineling. Good. Okay. Let's change this to here. Okay, so now they're all gonna, the mine laying ones will come in here, so we can mine lay up the Black Sea. Uh-oh. Is there no Batman? Okay, it's July, we're here. Let's see what we can do. Justify war goal, take claim states. Okay, progress. But October, okay. We should have started that before. But still, it won't be a winter war. Assassination of Leon Trotsky. Leon Trotsky. Now, see this. Am I going to rant? No, I'm not going to rant, but let's just, go, hey, we've got this really neat new idea for a mechanic in Hearts of Iron. Yeah, let's do spying and espionage and things. And we do this whole thing. And we don't do assassinations, or, well, do we have any operatives that can do assassinations? I guess it's, I don't know how to, unless we could recruit a fresh one. I don't know how to get in and look at the pool of people. Oh, Lum has a superpower, you know it. But this is just, to me, something that would be tailor-made for an operation here. Say, oh, I mean, I'm just, what sort of, I don't know, idiots do you have to be? What sort of idiots do you have to be here? That they see building an intelligent network. Okay. So you set up spying. Assassination is, especially from the Soviet perspective, very big into, part of the Soviet intel network is assassination. And you don't set up assassination in here. You can root out resistance. You can do stuff like that. And then you don't set up an operation to say, okay, your assignment, your goal is, have an event, come up with something to say, send in a guy to set up a network in Mexico because we want to figure out how to get, Trotsky who's living there. And that whole process. Okay, yeah. Okay, once Leon Trotsky, once top lieutenant and heir presumptive of Vladimir Ilyich. I never got pronounced that name well. Lenin died today in Mexico City. He was attacked in his home with an ice axe. I thought it was an ice pick. By a Spanish national believed to be an employee of the NKVD after a failed power struggle with Joseph Stalin and his allies for control of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. Trotsky spent the 30s in exile, living in Turkey, France, Norway, before finally settling in Moscow. He remained a constant critic of Stalin and the degenerated workers' state of the Soviet Union. That is why so many communists, he's so beloved by so many communists. See, there's nothing. All revered communist thinkers really are never in power. Why? Why is that? Well, it's because, one, communism has always failed, so you don't want to be associated with failure. And two, because of the way you need to implement communism, it's a bloody, literally, and I'm not using it as the sort of swear term that the British use, it is a bloody mess. You kill lots and lots of people. So it's either the failed revolutionaries that are lauded by the communists, or, people like Marx and Engels themselves are sort of, the philosophers, the non-ruler philosophers. And so, Lenin is sort of held up, but he dies early, and it's, can all be shaped. Well, it was, so bad because they inherited the mess of the czars in the end of World War I, and then the whites, and then, then Lenin dies. Okay. So he's sort of, there. And then you can blame all the evils on the sort of hypocrite Stalin or whatever, and Mao and Pol Pot and whatever, and where you get Trotskyites. Another guy who was sort of in power, but there's a lot of myth around him, and I haven't really studied deep. But Che Guevara, yeah, he was part of the power clique in Cuba, and of course, one of the primary people running the assassination not assassination, firing squads, we'll call them that, programs, and did a lot of that. But he was always being sent off to other parts of South America and Africa. Because I doubt any of you would recognize a picture of Che Guevara clean shaven, but that's how he often was to move around the world, so he didn't have his sort of famous scraggly beard and wearing a suit, looking very, South American businessman look. And so, he's always running around playing revolutionary more than trying to govern a country. And so, because communism doesn't work, and so somebody who's just going to be a critic of how bad Stalin's doing gets high praises. And hello, Nozzle One. You've never tried my version of the glorious communism meme. Yes, of course. That's sort of, Trotsky the critic is, can still be the thing, because he's just, well, Stalin's doing this wrong. And we're not seeing, well, what would he actually have done? And he might have said what he would have done, but saying like, oh, well, and I can say, well, if I was in charge, I would be doing this or this other thing. Yeah, but you're not actually in charge and having to deal with the real problems of what's going on. Oh, it looks like Italy's going to take back Albania. Yay. So, book on guerrilla warfare, he's got a clean shave picking it. The book is very strange to see. Yeah, I've not read that book. I know he did write it. All the people with red chase shirts. I don't know. Do they know? And they're all woke. But do they know that Che Guevara was a big-time racist? he had really no use for black people. Now, he did try, particularly in the Congo, try to, you know, continue some of the revolutions that were going on there, the Simba movement and other things. But either black people in Africa or black people in South America, he had a very, very low opinion of them. And I think it was only reinforced by his interactions with Africa. And one of the sort of crimes that he would imprison you for and shoot you for, and literally he would shoot you for, was homosexuality. Yeah, they have no idea who he really was. And so, there's one picture I sort of collected. They sort of disputed whether it is actually him or not, but shooting some women, that were bourgeoisie or whatever, women in Cuba. Yeah, no, they don't know who he was. They see him as sort of the cool beret wearing cigar or whatever, smoking Latin American revolutionary, but they don't know who he was. They don't know what a butcher he was. Now, he was not a big time butcher like Pol Pot or Stalin or Hitler or, the real big ones. But he was most assuredly a butcher. Okay, well, I really don't know. Okay, we'll put a radar down here. It's a good idea. Since we're going to do that, let's and put a bunker there, put another one there. We're going to create Fortress Ukraine. Let's create a bit of a defense there at Rostov. Stalingrad a little bit. Okay, let's get ready to hold this area from any sort of attacks. I don't know what's more disgusting. The people that don't know who Che Guevara was and, wear his t-shirt now. Well, they know he was a communist. They know he was a revolutionary, but, at least most of them do. Whether that's more disgusting or those that actually do really know who he was and still wear his t-shirt. What is more disgusting? I do not know. Okay, let's go with TU2. This vehement chapter with regards to many different people. This is rude. Yeah. Okay, demand. Finland cannot expect to withstand the might of the Red Army. If we send them in a band, rightfully claim area, they may hand it over with, okay, send the ultimatum. Joseph Stalin questions the Finnish sovereignty, determines the borders of a nation, and how are they determined, whatever the people may be. Okay, listening to Joseph Stalin's recent speeches, an invasion of Finland appears to be imminent. We must rally behind the cause. Yeah, see ya, Nozzle 1, and if this will be up here, and of course you catch the episodes later on YouTube if you like. So either way, whether you want to come back to watching the live stream, the VOD of the live stream, or just as the episodes. But on that note, we're going to end this episode. I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And of course, I'd love to hear your comments. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.